Good morning. My name is Hariprasath. My number matrix is 09DMB19F1006. Today, I'm going to talk about children's out of school at Sabah in the year 2015. Okay. The introduction of this is Sabah has a diverse population of about 3.2 million people according to the latest available figures. Sabah is vast and contains flatland, mountainous regions, and small islands, making it a challenge place to ensure education is accessible. The population is mostly rural, with many schools seated in poor communities with difficult land access and inhospitable road conditions. This is the bar chart of the overall distribution of children according to age group and ethnicity in Sabah in the year of 2015. This shows for all levels of education. Majority of students are Bhumiputra, followed by non-citizen and the Chinese and the Indians. The x-axis shows the age of the children that are left school, and the y-axis shows the percentage of the students who are left school out of school in Sabah. The majority of Bhumiputra students who are left school are the age between 6 to 11 years old students, and the most least amount of the students who left school in Sabah are 76.9% who are Bhumiputra. And the Chinese, the least are the between 6 to 11 years old, which is 6.6%, and the most amount of Chinese students who left school is 7.7%, which are 5 years old students. And when it comes to Indian, between 6 to 14 years old are the one who left school, which both are same 0.4%. And others are like Iban, Kadagaduson, or the other Sabah students. The most amount of students who left school are aged between 5 to 11 years old, which is 4.6%. It slightly decreased between 12 to 14 years old children, which is 4.2%, and the total of the students are 4.5%. And the non-citizen students are the same between 5 years old and the 12 to 14 years old, which is 6 to 11 years old, which is 4.6%. This bar chart shows the children who are not attending school by age and the gender. The x-axis shows the age and the y-axis shows the percentage. The blue color bar chart represents male and the light blue color one represents female. The most amount of male and female students who are left school is between 5 years old, and the least is 10 years old, which is male and female are 4.8% and 3.9%. The children who are left school slightly increasing by age between 5 to 10 years old, and it's slightly increasing between 11 to 12 years old students. Okay, next the pie chart. The pie chart shows the percentage of the student attending and not attending of pre-primary education. Majority of them are attending preschool, which is 83.3%, and the minority is 16.7% of them are not attending. To conclude my point, I would like to give some suggestion on how we can stop the children from left out of school in the early ages. So my first point is support and protect the mental health of the children and young people and bring them to an end to abuse, gender-based violence and neglect in childhood. Gender-based violence are increasing in early period of the school like preschool and in the preschool and the sekolah rendah and sekolah menengah. Okay. To avoid that, we should provide parenting support to those who need in to those who need and strength children strengthen the children's parents mental health so they can send their children to school and help them to continue their studies. Other than that, we should invest in gender sensitive mental health and psychological support services for children. Like we could parents and teachers parents can send their children to their some of their seminars to improve their mental health so they can attend the school peacefully. And my next point is reverse the rise in child poverty. Child poverty is the main issue in Sabah since there are job not much of jobs or so much of undeveloped areas. So in order to avoid that, we should maintain or increase overseas aid commitment and identify context-specific new financing option and direct funding to those countries most affected and least able to take a new lending. And the government should act on debt relief, including extending current debt service suspension to middle-income countries or the middle-income states like Sabah to ensure coordinated action covering all the creditors to restructure and when necessary reduce the debt so they can the parents in Sabah have money to send their children to school. And the last one is stop child labor in poor states like Sabah. Most of the parents who are poor in Sabah sending their children to work in the early period of ages without sending them to school so they can earn some money from their children since very early age. We should stop that so they can go to school and learn the importance of the education and they can motivate other children to go to school and by getting the education which is more important so they can stop being poor and can learn the importance of money from school. So that's all from me. Thank you.